It's a black environment. It's a black environment. Just wanted to come on and talk about Venezuela from an environmental perspective, not Democrat, not Republican, uh, just from an environmental perspective. Uh, as you know by now, uh, the Venezuela, this Venezuelan president is in New York being charged with crimes. Uh, and we're going to look at it uh, from uh, an environmental perspective as climate change. Uh, uh, it, as when climate change impacts become greater and greater, the fight for resources uh, or natural resources are going to be uh, a global conflict. Uh, and we might be at the beginning stage. I said we might be at the beginning stage of this global conflict because uh, the natural resources, the minerals, the oil that Venezuela have, uh, these corporations are gonna uh, put their guard dogs on anybody that have natural resources that they can profit on. Uh, I'm already hearing from a lot of black capitalists. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play a video of one young man talking about what to look out for now that uh, the United States has gone into Venezuela, and from a capitalistic point of view, of course, this this black capitalist, I don't have no other choice but to call him a black capitalist, uh, is talking about where you should be putting your money. But from an environmental perspective, we're gonna have to look at it from these three principles: resources, values, and health. Let me. I misspell value, but values. You can look at people have different values, but excuse my penmanship. Uh, but uh, but we have to look at it from those three pers- perspectives, principles, as I call them, because, uh, like I said, this is, it might, seem simple saying that the drugs or this or that is the reason they went in, but no, no, no. The global fight for resources and these corporations are right. They don't represent us. United States does not represent the people. You can wipe your ass with the Constitution. You can wipe your butt with that. Uh, uh, and another perspective, uh, the Republicans don't ever plan to lose power. Don't don't expect Trump to plan to leave office. They might carry him out, but the Republicans ain't gonna lose no power because uh, like I said, to me, we're at the start of something very big. And we should all be prepared the best we can. Um, but like I said, the resources uh, are the oil and natural minerals that that's in this region. This is the whole region. Trump done named a couple of countries down there that he's looking to go after. But it's all about these natural resources. And I heard a couple people talking about, uh, their oil. The oil is going to be cheaper. Gas is going to be cheaper. Cut it out. That's your self-reasoning to be okay with this. Your values, your economic values to say, okay, at least we're gonna get this out of the deal. You ain't getting nothing out of the deal, because if gas and oil get cheaper, something else gonna go up higher, right? So cut that out. Don't cowardly give into like you're gonna get some cheap gas out of this or some cheap oil out of it. All of that profit going to the corporations. Cut it out. We ain't getting nothing out of that deal. Those are your moral values. And like I said, the natural resources, the oil, your moral values, and the health. A lot of people gonna lose health, wealth, and financial health. Financial health is gonna struggle. Their physical health, the overall health of the country is in trouble. From these three perspectives, from these three principles. But like I said, I'm gonna play this video and we're gonna check that out with the brother Black Capitalist explaining where to put your money. You can put it wherever you want, okay? But this is a real struggle we're gonna go through. It ain't gonna be all straightened out in 1 or 2 years. Yo, kids, if ever this thing is ever straightened out, gonna be wondering what the hell happened. At this point in time, y'all gonna be saying the good old days when I could talk freely. We used to be able, them good old days, they gone. But let me play this video. Hold on, let me switch it over here. This one right here.
Here's a few companies that will benefit from America's now control over Venezuelan oil. I'm Wall Street Trap, and I help the everyday person build wealth through disciplined investing and trading with confidence and not confusion. With the U.S. in control of 300 billion barrels of oil, worth about $17 trillion, Trump didn't hide why he invaded Venezuela. He said, and I quote, "They stole our oil, we want it back." And then he said, we're going to let good American companies take control of that market. So here's a couple of companies that I think we should be aware of. One, Chevron. Now, they have direct operational leads. Chevron is already the only major U.S. company that already exists in Venezuela with operations going. So they're going to be the first mover. They're going to have advantage. They got infrastructure, which means lower lead time, faster scaling, and they're going to be permitted to operate at full scale. Next, we have ConocoPhillips. Interesting about them was they were already kicked out of Venezuela, and they were owed billions of dollars. So now I'm negotiating to get right back in. Gonna get them a great growth opportunity. They have access to a lot of crude oil, and it's gonna be good. But last on the list is Schlumberger, SLB. Now, they're the final frontier to service. So rebuilding Venezuelan oil infrastructure, so pipelines, wells, offshore, workloads, engineering, drilling, support, completion, service, upgrades. This can take a while. We're talking decades. So when you think about drilling and production, they're truly ready to be in that field. Some notables are ExxonMobil, and you have Marathon Petroleum, all who's going to look to take advantage of that. Now think about this. 300 billion barrels of proven reserve is great, not just for energy. Think about the AI space. When we talk about AI infrastructure and energy, this is going to be a great situation for America to put itself in position to dominate in the AI space. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Salute.
You have to see.
Here's a few.
See, true to form in his capitalistic, predatory nature, he ain't talking about the conflict and who else have rights to that oil. He just talking about what Trump said, and the fact that he's taking Trump's word at face value should be concerning to you, because the man lied for conversation. First, he said it was about the drugs coming out of there and killing the American people. Then he said it, the president over there was a bad guy. And then he said, yeah, the oil. But he is, he started talking about AI and the industry as a whole. People are not looking at AI as a natural disaster. And remember I said we got to look at this from an environmental perspective. The resources that it takes to run these AI facilities is so destructive to the environment, the natural resources, the water, the air, and everything around these facilities, that you can't possibly just neglect that. But that's what capitalists like to do. They'll kill your community, my community, anybody, like they're doing. They're going in here. They don't care how many people they gotta destroy to get to this oil. And like this is, but his stock folio, just it's gonna do fine. He think he's gonna reap the rewards of all of this destruction. So we can't rely on black people in power or wealthy to come to save us. Matter of fact, we can't rely on capitalism at all. We can't rely on capitalism at all, because in order for these corporations, all the corporations that this young brother named, they've been around for a long time. Have these corporations been paying taxes? Are they making your community better? Are they improving the health of your community? Are they contributing tax dollars? No. These people think because they invest in a few stocks, everything is all well and good with the world. His moral values is to ignore the environment. That's what his moral value is made him do. He ain't considering none of this. So when you hear all of these people start talking about how oil and gas and my stock folios is gonna be doing, you better look at them side eye. Because these are the people who are sending your kids to war. Because Russia ain't gonna just stand by. They in that region. They after that same oil. China has given Venezuela $80 billion to have rights to some of that oil. Your kids is going over there. Your kids is going over there. But the people like this young brother right here next to me over here. Oh, let me go over here. Yeah, there we go. This young brother, he's sending his kids to war. And because of his stock portfolio and how great it's doing. See, and we ain't looking at it from an environmental perspective, because if you ignore your environment, brother, if you ignore your environment, you're gonna fall victim to your conditions, and your kids. Man, I don't think this man is ever gonna leave power. The Republicans ain't gonna give it up. These corporate politicians, y'all thought I was joking when I started talking about these corporate politicians. I think a lot of y'all starting to figure it out. That these corporate politicians are trying to put an end to humanity as we know it. Because this whether you like it or not, they out at sea with these foreign naval and let me make this clear. United States have the best military in the world, but it's a lot to be said about leadership. It's a lot to be said about leadership. You can have the best military in the world, but if you got the poorest military leadership, you might as well have some rocks and stones, some stones and sticks, because Hitler had the best military in the world at that particular time, but his mental started to collapse. They told him that, yo, chill, it's winter. We're gonna wait. We need to wait until winter calm down. Go full strength in the spring, going into the summer. Nah, Hitler and his poor leadership at that particular time went in, and they got him. They got him. But it's a lot to be said for leadership, and yeah. And these people ain't wrapped too tight. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about Venezuela from an environmental perspective, not just from a political aspect of this thing, whether you like Trump or not from that perspective, just not from the money aspect of it, just the environmental impact that it's gonna have on all of us. And these people are climate change deniers. They don't even believe in it. But it's playing out. It's playing out. They've been saying for years. I've been saying for years, as these storms get more extreme, people's behavior is going to get more extreme. The fight for resources is going to get more extreme, and it's playing out. These corporations that have control of the American government are added for these resources. And as this thing become more extreme, people will become more extreme. We have to prepare ourselves the best we can for this extreme behavior of these people. Their greed will cause them to do some of the craziest stuff. And we're witnessing it. This is nothing but greed. This is nothing but greed. You have something we want, we gonna take it. Now, you walk out on the street and try to take something from somebody, the police gonna come knock you up. Or you go in somebody's house, take them out of the house. This is mine now. This is what Trump just said. You heard the young man on the tape. I'm gonna play it again because and I want people to really pay close attention to what he's saying and what he's not saying. Yeah, they went in after the oil, but he didn't talk about the natural resources, but he brought AI up, which, yeah, AI is a corporation thing. You might think your portfolio is going to do better when these companies cut their labor forces. You think you're going to get more in dividends on your stocks. That's not how it works. These companies going to buy that stock back if they have to force it away from you. You understand? You know, the AI, and I've been saying for years, technology is a double-edged sword. Oh man, I gotta hook this thing up. Technology is a double-edged sword. And what I mean by that, either somebody can use it to cut you, or you can use it to cut somebody out. But corporations are using it to cut us out. We ain't coming together using it against corporations. Corporations are going to use it to cut us out. I watched this special on 60 Minutes yesterday with these robots. They coming, and see, most people think these are going to be service jobs. They coming after AI, coming after the lawyer, the doctor, everybody's job. And then they're going to start talking about a universal income. Yeah, right. How you going to pay that? Ain't no taxes coming in because ain't nobody working. How you going to pay a universal income and the labor force have been cut? You know, and you ain't taxing these corporations, and don't talk about creating policy where you're going to tax the technology that these companies are using, like robots, autonomous, and all of these. They got to be, if we smart enough as a people, we got to start saying, if they're going to cut the labor force and they're going to use technology to do it, well, you got to get taxed for that. You can't cut me out. What's going to happen to the services? How my garbage going to get picked up? So forth and so on. You know, how the streets going to get paid? How you think all of this stuff is getting done? Taxes. And if I can't pay my taxes, or if taxes is not being paid because I'm producing labor, what you think gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? So, Yeah. I don't think I got any music on this one. Oh yeah, I got some music. I got some music. All you gotta do is say yes. But I just wanted to come on and talk about Venezuela. Uh, this is going to be a major conflict. There's already uh, 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 people taking sides, and uh, militaries are moving on the ocean. Uh, so, uh, but yeah, we got a lot of we leaving we leaving a lot on the plate of our children because we not mobilizing like we need to be mobilizing. Uh, Not even just uh, mobilizing, just having an economic impact on the environment because, yeah, our kids are going to pay for this disastrous leadership these people want. And, and, and I hope these people understand that uh, the people who wanted this type of leadership are going to pay the most. They're going to pay the most. They think it's going to be our kids uh, that's going to be going into these. You got to go into Venezuela. They think they got the oil secure. I'm sure uh, they went in there like they did Iraq and secured the oil fields. Uh, uh, but, well, just wanted to come on and talk about that for a minute. But I'm gonna go out with a little music. Let me see.
We can help you find.
Yeah, y'all have a good night. I just wanted to come on and talk about Venezuela for a few minutes, and from an environmental perspective, not from, like I said, from a political left, right, none of that. Just the environmental impacts, and people need to make themselves clear on these impacts uh, because uh, because uh, uh, this is very serious. Your kids are going to be going off the your kids is going to be having to go into this foreign land to uh, fight, to take these people to colonize this area. I don't think that. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off and charge it up. But yeah, sad that these kids are gonna have to go in and fight for this oil under the guise of patriotism instead of the guise of greed. Get maimed and wounded and all kinds of stuff for greed. But it is what it is, you know. All right, peeps.